Welcome back to the show, everybody. Listen to these headlines here. We got Congress and crypto this week. Ethereum has an update, and we're going to get an update on the Ripple SEC case. Could we hear something in the coming days that could let us know what's going on? Apparently, both are on their toes again. Let's roll that beautiful intro.
This is Digital Perspectives with Brad Kimes. Subscribe for new content notifications. Now, here's Brad Kimes. Come on in.
Welcome back to the show, everybody. You can follow me on Twitter at BackupBradleyAbove and everything that we're talking about here today. Let's take a look at the numbers this morning. I know, I'm just as disappointed about it as you are. $2.26 trillion market cap. It is December 6, 2021. Bitcoin right now at 48,300 and change. Ethereum almost flat at 4,000, just slightly north of that. And Solana here is at 181 and some change. Cardano at 131. And we see XRP at 78 cents this morning. Yeah, it's a blue light special. I'm buying it. Actually, I bought the dip this morning. I was out of town over the weekend. I will have something for you guys to see. I think you're going to like it a lot. So make sure you check out the second video today. All right, looking right here, we see the range of prices 0.7601 on the low end and 0.8174 on the upper side. We will keep an eye on price. Ladies and gentlemen, the numbers are brought to you this morning by PureVPN. Help hide your identity online. You can get it by going to a video in my playlist, and all you have to do is go down into either the description box or the comment section and click right here. Click right here, and it will take you directly to PureVPN page. They have an incredible special and deals going on right now. You can get 88% off. Ladies and gentlemen, talking about hiding your identity online. Make sure you check them out. Let's get started with the news right here. Ethereum update. What to expect from the new Ethereum update? Well, what do we expect? And this is ProCoin News telling us here. If you look, let's read this right here. They're doing a couple different, and I don't want to say the name because YouTube can actually censor our channels for certain names, and I don't want to say it, but there's a new protocol or a new upgrade to the network, and it's really going to only affect the proof of work miners to the Ethereum mainnet, it says, in the Ropstein net. So this new upgrade is a special mechanism added to the Ethereum blockchain, which is designed to significantly increase the difficulty level of the network, which will make miners stop opening new blocks. The mechanism's alternative name, Ice Age, was formulated since the blockchain would stop functioning as mining difficulty spikes. After the code goes off, miners would not be able to release the new coins to the network due to the inability to decipher the new blocks. It sounds like they're trying to slow down the miners, is what it sounds like to me, right? That's about as definitive as it gets. Here's what I do know. Just because something continues to go up in price doesn't mean that it's actually a solution for the future. Remember, AOL in the early days of the internet was the thriving platform. There was Netscape, right? There was Alta Vista. There's all these other different companies that offered intranet experience. But when the internet was truly birthed, for which I believe, in analogy to crypto today, protocols like the XRP ledger, the XLM network, and others are going to provide what the internet experience feels like for us today, only with crypto and moving and transferring and settling value damn near instantly. Now, that's why I have deemed here Ethereum is the AOL of crypto, because it's doing well. And it looks like it will continue to do well in the coming months and maybe over the next couple years. And that doesn't mean that it's not a money-making opportunity, but it also doesn't mean that it's a solution for the future. You know, the stock market's overbought too, and people are still buying that as well. You know, my digital perspective, not financial advice. This is some good news. There's some leadership coming to Casino Coin, and it's Mark Robson to lead eminence, the company behind Casino Coin, Crypto Push. Take a look at this really quickly. I just want to give you part of this so you know who this guy is. Now, you guys know I'm into Casino Coin and have been for a long time now. And I'm not telling you what to do, but I am excited about this appointment here to Daniel's team. Mark Robson, previously head of e-gaming for the Isle of Man government, has been appointed chief executive of Eminence Holdings as the digital currency specialist seeks to aggressively build on its position within the cryptocurrency sector. Listen here now. Mr. Robson brief will be the launch of a utility casino for casino coin and digital token specifically designed for the regulated iGaming sector. Eminence seeks to capitalize on his considerable senior level iGaming experience, but it doesn't end there. Gained not only with the Isle of Man government, but also with the likes of Bally Technologies for microgaming. I tell you what, I've always been bullish on Casino Coin, but I'm even more bullish now. Again, not financial advice. Now, look here. We know we've had a hectic couple of weeks with the XRP Ledger, and the XRP Ledger Foundation has been silent up until today. And looking at this right here, it says, we have been silent on social media, but rest assured that's because we are in the thick of things. Despite improvements in the latest release, we aren't out of the woods yet. Dozens of people who are working on what needs to be done, and we're very grateful that they are doing it. I think the important point here, besides getting these issues resolved, right, is the fact that this really proves to be a real point to be made in the court case with the SEC and Ripple, that in fact the ledger is decentralized, because Ripple has no way to control the events that are happening and the issues that are taking place with the XRP ledger. If this doesn't in fact prove decentralization for the ledger, I don't think there can be anything that proves it, right? All right, let's keep going. I can get my needle stuck there for a while. This is BitBoy here. Listen to what he's saying here. Listen.
Now have 1 million XRP tokens, and we are ready to see that turn into $15 million by, in a very short period of time. We do believe XRP is the case going to be over soon. So we got this news of this whale dumping the price, pushed it below $1. What an unbelievable price at this stage in the bull market to get XRP for. We put our money where our mouth is. We bought an additional $130,000 worth of XRP to get us up over the 1 million XRP mark. Now, suddenly we got this story where now, the day after we cover that one, nodes fell out of sync for Ripple. Oh, God, Ripple's not going to work. Don't buy XRP. What a terrible project. Weird, isn't it?
Yeah, it is weird. And we've talked about it too, and it feels good to hear him echo the same sentiment here. It is very weird to see that we're getting closer and closer to really knowing that whether it's the first, second quarter of next year, Brad Garlinghouse said he expects this case to end. Hogan legal team points to, late summer or late spring, of 22, that this thing may end here. No one sees this thing going to anything other than a summary judgment. You may see the individual cases with Brad and Chris go to a trial situation potentially, but the Ripple case, as Jeremy Hogan has suggested, should end in a summary judgment prior to any of those individual cases. And all of this is taking place prior to this. All of these events just happen to be happening now. I'm not suggesting anybody from Ripple or XRP Ledger or Foundation or XRP Labs has done anything wrong, because they haven't. They worked their butts off. And I'm very grateful for what all of them are doing. But it does feel suspect to me in the sense that, look, this becomes a very, very big point to be made in the court case. There is obviously decentralization. For God's sakes, David Schwartz is in Antarctica right now. Ripple isn't doing anything about these issues, so there's a real point to be made there. And if you can make the point about decentralization with that particular issue, then I think you could easily have the court move to get clarity for a designation of the asset. And it is not a security in my eyes. Looking right here, this is a great post and tweet from Digital Asset Investor. This is the calendar of Gary Gensler. And in August 2021 here, why in the world are we watching an SEC official have a meeting, phone call or otherwise, with George Soros? Listen to the kind of individual this is.
I don't feel guilty because I'm engaged in an amoral activity which is not meant to have anything to do with guilt.
Part of the reason he is so rich is that the Soros hedge funds operate offshore in the Netherlands Antilles to avoid scrutiny by the Securities and Exchange Commission. So even while Soros tells Congress and the Treasury that hedge funds must be regulated to stop the global crisis, he's avoiding the rules.
Why is it that Americans can't invest in the quantum fund? It's an offshore fund. Why is that?
Because the fund is not registered with the Securities and Exchange Commission. We are not
licensed to do business in the United States.
That's right.
Because?
Because we are not registered with the Securities and Exchange Commission. Because we find it more convenient to operate without it.
So in some ways it's to escape regulation.
Yeah, that's right.
There it is right there. Great, powerful tweet. Why is Gary Gensler meeting with somebody who's looking to obfuscate U.S. regulations and laws, who has made it very clear personally, by the way, that he wants to tear down America and all of its values? Believe that. Don't believe it. It's still true. And avoiding the XRP investors, 60,000 plus that belong to the class actions lawsuit with John Deaton, and avoiding all of us knowing that the SEC is in fact the ones that have hurt us, not Ripple. It just gets worse. This is Jeremy Hogan reminding all of us a great article I covered over the weekend from Rosalind Layton. And he says it here: crypto investors now realize that the SEC is making it up as it goes. It invents rules and uses enforcements or the threat of it to cement its arbitrary policy. The SEC is broken, but Congress is the fix. Remember that. It really is. And wise words, as always, from Jeremy Hogan here. You know, Congress is the fix. And to some degree here, Gary Gensler understands that better than any of us, because he is going to continue to bully this space until Congress is actually forced to do their actual job. To that point, Ron Hammond tells us here there's going to be a lot happening in D.C. for crypto this month, in addition to the crypto CEO hearing on Wednesday. In the House Financial Services Committee expects some developments in terms of hearings, legislation, and policy announcements. We'll update when they become public. Damn, Ron, don't leave us hanging like that, bud. I want to know what's going on here. We're going to hear some stuff about legislation and policy announcements? May Congress actually be doing their job? It'd be a pleasant surprise. Ripple and the SEC both on their toes again. We covered this also, but I want to make the point again here. It's very important because there is a lot we need to pay attention to here. And I want to show you what it is right now. You know, this court order, although it may not yield anything public to us on December 6th, these are the things that are in front. And it's the interrogatories that were requested by Ripple. And it says here, it has to be specifically identify any term in any XRP sale contract that was created with the expectation of profit. There are approximately 1,500 contracts. Those answers are due by December 6th, today, right? The SEC also has to answer whether efforts by Ripple were necessary to affect any increase in the price of XRP. That is due today as well. The SEC has to respond to 776 requests for admissions that relate to Ripple's fair notice defense. Judge Netburn gave the SEC till 30 days after Judge Torres' rule on the SEC's motion to strike their fair notice defense to provide those responses. If the SEC's motions to strike is granted, the SEC won't have to answer those requests for admission. Things are getting very, very close to a tipping point where there are points and decisions that are going to be made that really are going to really signal what the outcome of this case may or may not be. The SEC has to respond to 309 requests for admission relating to the defendant's defense here. It says the XRP sales occurred offshore from that particular issue, and those responses are due also by today. The SEC has to answer whether the XRP ledger was fully functional when the XRP distribution started in 2013, and it goes on. But the reality here is this, like I said, The big thing to pay attention to here is if the XRP wasn't fully functional, you have to explain why it isn't. If it's not decentralized, you have to explain then how in the world is it all getting fixed and addressed now, and Ripple has nothing to do with any of it. You have heard nothing from Ripple. And don't you understand that that is as intentional as I understand it to be? Of course it is. It is to separate and delineate the fact that Ripple is a blockchain infrastructure company that takes advantage with the suite of products that they build and provide for their customer base, and takes advantage of the XRP ledger and the native asset XRP as a complement to the products they offer, right? That's what we're talking about here today. And then there is the issue of the SEC possibly getting a break with the case that was a Second Circuit Court case ruling that may allow them to not have to reveal those possibly damning documents, I should say, that the SEC has never wanted to cough up for in-camera review. And they may not have to deal with those 3 documents because they may be able to use deliberative privilege process in order, known as DPP, in order to not cough up those documents. So very, very critical things in the coming days here and today. Again, we may or may not hear. Keep an eye out for Jeremy Hogan, James K. Filan, and John Deaton for anything breaking on those situations. That's going to do it for me. Make sure you check out all the links in the description and comment box. Great products and specials and deals that are being carried over from Black Friday and Cyber Monday. Don't miss a chance to check them out, and I'll catch all of you on the next one.